Air signs, welcome to your bonus collective reading. This is for the end of June. Please look at the playlist for your sun, moon, and rising sign to see what additional messages are in there for you. Time and energy is fluid, not linear. Guarantee you there's something in there for you. I know there is. Okay, let's see what we have here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ant spirit with a 1. Time to collaborate. Okay. That has a 3 of Pentacles feel to it. Teamwork. Yep, teamwork makes the dream work. There you go. Oh, we have 2 cards coming out here. We have 11 and 42. We have fear. Okay. That has a 9 of Swords feeling to it. And we have the masculine. Now, this is rare. This is a lunar god card, but it's about getting in touch with your masculine side. I'm being focused to the spears here. This is about protecting yourself. And this definitely feels like a 9 of Swords energy. This is saying that you have the ability to protect yourself. And it's really kind of from yourself. The 9 of Swords is our own thoughts. It's those shadows in the night, those sounds, and our mind just, starts to go crazy with what it could possibly be. But fears, for the most part, are irrational. They are. I'm not trying to dumb down what your fears could be or are, but a lot of them, they just don't have any basis. So I'm not sure how that's going to come out for you, but we do have this protective spirit. It's either you're protected against something, or what I really feel is you being a protector here of yourself right now. It's very interesting that those 2 came up like that. There could be a masculine type spirit energy that is around you. But we'll see what comes out. This could be something that I really feel like overcoming. All right, so we have building blocks. This one just popped out for you, 28. Building blocks, starting something, creating something with other people. There could be a fear of working with other people. Not sure. We are going to do the bonus cards for this collective reading is going to be our crystal message deck. So we're going to go ahead and pull those and set them to the side. Now we see you. I want to get another one now because I kind of saw it. I don't know what that was. Was it Rose? All right, you're going to have 2, so lucky you. I want to do one this way. There. You're going to have 2 crystals to work with, and now we're going to do an angel number. I didn't look. It flipped. I didn't look, so we're going to be surprised. I don't know if you saw that. So let's look at the recent past for air signs here. There might be, you may not want to work with other people. We have a 1 on there. And in numerology, my life path, you do your birth date. I'm a 1, which is leadership. It's taking the initiative. It's, we spark change. But there's also on the dark side, there's this controlling aspect of that, where you want to control things. It could be that. Okay, I had to check something in the kitchen. I'm making my lunch. So let's look at the recent past and see what's coming out for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And, my rising sign is Gemini. I don't really watch it that often, but sometimes I'll take a peek and it kind of resonates. Oh, well, speaking of Gemini, here you are, the Lovers. We have the 8 of Wands. Okay, we see some communication here, big time, because this is communication. It's Mercury. This 8 of Wands is a card of Mercury. And okay, 8 of Swords. Here it is. Here's that fear and worry. It's not the 9, but it's the 8. It's growing. Could be growing here with the 8 of Swords. Oh boy. Okay. That is also one of your cards, Gemini, that 8 of Swords. And I know I still need to do the Gemini, tarot in your sign. I'm planning on working on that today. I do have some other things, but I'm going to get started on it. So I know I'm kind of behind. It's just been a crazy month. Um, yeah. Okay. Here we go. What is crossing? Okay, so this popped out first. We're going to take this Eight of Cups. This Five of Cups was next. And we have the Nine of Cups. Wow, a lot of emotion here in the recent past. A lot of emotion. The Lovers is about making a choice, you know, and yeah, making the choice to walk away from things that are just unfulfilling. Putting a lot of effort and energy into things that just don't work out is what I'm feeling here. And, you know, with Gemini, this being, um, you're very easygoing for the most part. You're very talkative, very lively, very youthful. And I think you're making I think this could have been a hard decision for some of you. For some of you, I feel like this situation went on for way too long, perhaps with just whatever. I mean, look at how many cups were built up here that were not really and truly what you wanted, what you desired, you know? Um, I think you had to walk away from something that maybe at one time you chose these things. Now, this could have been things that people were offering to you that you just didn't want. It could be both. But I think at one point, this could have been a relationship. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling a relationship here that was not reciprocal, that was not giving back, whether it was romantic or not, you know, and you finally just had enough. You had enough of these things that were just didn't feel right. It wasn't meant for you. I think the ship had sailed here, and this is the point of no return. It is what I'm feeling here. And I think this kind of all is kind of together here. The I think walking away from this was probably a hard decision. Hard decision. You may have been talking with other people, communicating with people about your sadness, your depression, your sorrow, over this. It feels like a loss. I mean, if this was a breakup of some kind, whether it was romantic, work related, just leaving an old way of doing things behind, you know it even if we're going towards something we want, it's still a change. It can still affect us emotionally, and there's this momentum of change here, a spiritual change possibly going it's going through this energy of this Five of Cups, of despair, loss, grief. I think this happened rather once you made up your mind to do this, you just had to do it. I think that's where the speed momentum comes from here, propelling you through this, because it was like ripping off a band-aid. You just had to get it done, even though it was gonna hurt. It was gonna hurt. That's what I'm feeling here, you guys. Here's that fear right here, not being able to know what the future holds in many ways. I mean, we can have expectations, we can have plans, but we never really know how things are going to turn out because there's so many wheels and cogs and things moving that we don't even know about. Okay. So there is this element here of not knowing, of not seeing, but trusting your intuition anyway. You know, that's what I'm feeling with this particular Eight of Swords. I think even though you were afraid of making these decisions, the good outweighed the bad because you had to get out of this because you gave up some things, but look what came to you. Wow, the 9 of Cups. It's you go from the 8 to the 9. This 5 is wrapped up in there, It's part of this journey. But like I said, once you finally just said enough is enough, you ripped off the band-aid, so to speak, and just did it. And so I really feel that it took this your own protective energy of yourself to make you do this, to make you go towards your own happiness, to fulfill yourself, because these cups over here could have been things that it wasn't really provided by you. And that's the message here with the 9 of Cups, is that this happiness is already within you and it's yours to give. You know what I'm saying? So what a progression here within yourself. There is some emotional mastery going on there that's really off the charts. Air signs, I mean, I don't know if you can feel that, but you had to make a tough decision, leave something behind, but it was for the greater good. I think you saw that. I think you knew that you would be better off not being in that situation, right? Okay, so that was in the recent past. Let's look at some current energy. Yeah, nothing outside of ourselves is really, yeah, it can bring us some, moments of happiness, but true happiness comes from within. So let's see what we have. Current Ace of Pentacles. Look at that, a new opportunity right there. 3 of Swords, healing, continual healing, and the Queen of Pentacles here. That's Capricorn, being resourceful. I'm not surprised the 3 of Swords is in the center of this because of what you experienced in the past. It was a big deal, and it facilitated a lot of healing and forgiveness within you. It takes a lot of courage here to, look at those inner wounds and to work on them and heal them and find the lesson in it. Look at that, Tower, Aries energy, 6 of Cups on that. Yep. And the Fool. Wow. So in your current energy, something, we have building blocks, right? And it's time to collaborate. Something major is happening here. This is a universal energy. This is about resources. So something is changing in this. So, okay, let me go back. So the aces it's all potential energy. We have opportunity all the time. All the time, it's always there. Whether or not these aces show up in your reading, it's always there. It's always present. It's in the vibration. It's whether or not you are in alignment with that vibration that you will see it, that you will, be able to understand that connection between the two. So something is happening here you weren't expecting. I think this healing and walking away from things that just wasn't supporting you, that's what this is. You're rebuilding your foundation and your connection with, I think, spirit and the vibration of the universe is what I'm getting here, because this shift and this change is bringing in, it's all in one. It's you being able to see these opportunities that are always around you all the time. And this is a big shift. It's changing your foundations here and your stability for the better, I think. To me, this is a good tower, is how I'm feeling it. That's what I feel. This is a big, unexpected change in your fortune here. I get that fortune feel with this for some reason, because this is a gift from the universe. Look at this golden hand, the Midas touch. Maybe anything right now, because we see this. This is almost like a the gold at the end of the rainbow kind of feeling here. Something is really changing, and it has to do with your healing, and your ability to be able to look at your past and be grateful and thankful for all your happy memories, focusing on that. We take the lessons from the things that weren't so great. We take the lessons and we turn that into part of our stability and our strength. It's looking at things in a very positive, constructive way. That's that building blocks right here. You know, keeping the lessons, healing oneself. And now we have the Queen of Resources and the Fool. You're definitely, something is happening with your resources here. New opportunities, new ideas, being resourceful, being abundant. And, this is also when an opportunity like this comes in, a life-changing opportunity is what this is. You're going to jump at it. That's what we see here. You're like, yep, all in, going for it. Yep, that's a good one. That's what I'm seeing here. Going all in on this, going for it. And that's good. I really feel like you are really, you are the one that's doing the work here, putting in the work, seeing the opportunities that are always around you with a positive mindset is what I'm seeing. All right, let's see what else is coming up. Let's look at the future energy here. Woohoo! Well, bam. The Devil. More Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. 5 of Wands. Wow. I think this has come out for every single reading so far. I'm getting this is really a Mother Earth energy. There's chaos and conflict and just all kinds of things going on right now. And the King of Swords. Let me move the camera down just a smidge. There we go. That's a little better. So, don't get distracted. This devil energy, it could be temptations, going back to bad habits or, things like that. Don't be tempted. I don't even know what I'm saying. Tempted. Knight of Swords. Look at that. You're going to cut it out. If someone's coming at you wrongly, you're going to be like, nope. It's not the Queen of Swords, but we got the Knight. Now that could be some reckless energy. We'll see. Let's hope not. And that is Gemini energy once again. And now we have Aquarius over here, Temperance, Sagittarius, and a Queen of Pentacles again. Woo! All right. Stay focused on your resources. I'm getting a couple different things from this energy here. This could be those fears coming up again. Fear of going back to the way things were. It could be that some of this here, we have all these goblets. This could be you beating some type of addiction of some kind. And when I say addiction, I don't always mean, drugs, alcohol. It could be things that are just taking up too much of our time that is not letting us go forward or being productive in some way. You know what I mean? It could be social media. It could just be not following your dreams, just not being active enough and participating in the things that will help you move forward in your life. It could be that. Ooh, boy. There's some thunder. So that could be that. It could be, Capricorn might be coming across your path here. We have the Knight of Swords. This is that rushing energy. So hopefully you're not rushing into something that is too risky or, being tempted to do something. This is a kind of a warning here. But it also could just be you releasing yourself. You've got the sword drawn here with this Gemini energy, just really coming at this devil and ready to free. Just, so this could be a freeing of yourself of this material possessions. I'm getting maybe a more minimalist. Uh, uh-huh. My little boy just sent me a messenger. He's gone this weekend. He just sent me a I love you, Mom. I love you too, Brighton. So um I feel like you're ready to cut things out. If it shows its head again, you're just gonna cut it. Let's move on. I know I'm harping on that. I don't want to harp too much, but I'm cautious about that. And so we have this beautiful Sagittarius energy coming in. This is balance. It's that inner alchemy. What you change on the inside, you change on the outside. And so if there's some kind of conflict within you, you have the ability still, and it could be coming from that temptation. I don't know. I'm kind of getting something here, you guys. Something inside. It's trying to come back up, you know. And so there could be some need to have patience with yourself in this healing process. It's not a one and done kind of thing. There could be something triggering you in the future that could bring up this conflict again. So this is just saying, stay on your path here, keep yourself grounded. Um, and I think this healing, it's going to take a little bit longer. It's what I'm feeling here. This inner alchemy, these changing these emotions, because this conflict right here, I'm starting to feel with this particular reading that this is inside you. Okay, it could be that if this is a person coming back, or if it's a habit of some type trying to come back, I do think you're going to be victorious over it. You're going to change this energy into something useful, you know, because on the good side of the Five of Wands, it's healthy competition. It will make you stronger. It'll make you want to be better, do better, that sort of thing, right? That's what I'm hoping. So we have the King of Swords here. This is Aquarius. This is really thinking about the big picture, about what everything means. And I really love this King of Swords because he's got this, crystal ball here. So there is a connection between this wisdom and higher wisdom. It's not just the knowledge you've gained here on this planet. It's also, kind of almost Akashic record type wisdom, being very well traveled in your future. This could be far future, but we still see this Queen of Pentacles again. This is being very wise with your resources, and this would tell me that you've really come into a place of abundance, by clearing out clutter and letting things go, being brave, because knights are brave if you think about it, because they are fire at their base, and then they're the extra element. So we have fire and air here, cutting things out, that just don't belong in our life anymore. And very abundant. We have a little rabbit here, so do be careful. Some of you, that kind of makes me think that there could be some children or something going on here. But yeah, we see a really great progression with your pentacles here, of really becoming like a boss, is the energy that I'm getting with those two. Let's take a look at our bonus cards. Your angel number, look at there. And she's got perseverance too. She's going to see things through. We have 7777, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. So there is that sense of something taking you over. What is it? You need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. So this is about trusting your intuition and keep going. I have a thing of quotes in my bathroom, and I can't remember who said this one, but it says, if you're going through hell, keep going. So if you're going through a tough time, you have some fears, keep going. Don't stop. You got to keep moving. We have personal power. Look at that. Tiger's eye. It opens you to the energy and symbolic characteristics of a tiger. It empowers you to recognize and reinforce your strength, courage, and leadership abilities. I got that with that ant spirit too. Tiger Eye gives you the confidence and determination to take bold action. It encourages independence and self-reliance and helps you to erase any issues of self-doubt you may have. Affirmation: I am courageous, I am powerful, I am confident. I feel like that's what you're working on here for real. Oh, we have pink opal. reconciliation. It's associated with love, and opal is the crystal for October born Libras. So, did we have any other Libra things here? We had the Three of Swords, that is Libra. A sign of relationship, peace, and harmony. Pink opal can assist in mending quarrels and bringing reconciliation between partners. It helps one release tension, forgive the past, and focus on seeing one another through the eyes of love. Affirmation: I forgive others knowing that they did the best they could do under the circumstances. Peace and love abound in our relationship. That feels like it encompasses that Three of Swords and the Six of Cups all in one right there. A focus. Now, I have to say, with that reconciliation, sometimes when you are dealing with toxic people, devil energy, stuff like that, you forgive them from afar. You don't have to tell them. You don't. They don't need to know how you feel about the situation at all. It's none of their business. Keep it to yourself, right? And then just move on and make sure those people are not in your energy anymore. You don't have to verbally tell someone, that you forgive them. That is not, you don't need to do that. Just want to put that out there. Okay, air signs, let me know if this resonated with you. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.